If you're a graduate between the ages of 23 to 30 and you feel stuck, like everything you're trying out is not working, let me explain why that is happening to you and how you can break out of it. This video is so important, and if you listen to the end, you would have solved at least 50% of your problems. Now, I'm a big believer that the complexity of life can be broken down with the very basic things. So let's do some quick math. Now, this is you, these are your opportunities, and these are your results. Stay with me. Let's come back to you. If you come from a low-income family, you are losing already, so that's a 0. Now, if you went to a public university, that's another loss. So that's -1, because now you do not have the money and you probably do not have access to strategic relationships with resourceful people. So that's -1. Now, if you do not have a skill like public speaking, sales or marketing and all that, that's another loss. So that's -2. Now, let's come to your opportunities. Let's say you have 100 opportunities. Let's multiply it with you, -2. What will be the answer? Your result will be -200. And if you're thinking it will be 0, then you're wrong. Because when you get an opportunity, you mess it up. You do not have the money to finance that opportunity. You do not have the strategic relationships to push that opportunity. You don't even have the vital skills to perform with that opportunity. So when you get it, you mess it up. It's not a 0. It's -200. So now let's flip the switch. If you come from a high income family, that's a plus to you. So that's 1. If you went to a private uni, that's another plus to you because you now have access to money and you have access to strategic relationship with resourceful people. So that's 2. Now, on top of that, if you have a good skill like marketing, sales, public speaking and all that, that makes it 3. Now, let's multiply this figure times 50 opportunities. The answer is 150. Can you now see that even with lesser opportunities, the people on the second category will do better than the people on the first? Now, sincerely, if you know you belong to the first category, whether you have one of them or none of them, then listen to this because it will change your life. Whether you have -2 or -1 or 0, the truth is, whatever you multiply with these figures will still amount to nothing. And don't even come to say, but I'm a graduate, because I believe you know by now that that certificate is almost nothing. You know, we were told that education is the key. And they were right. Education is the key, not school. The right education is the key. Nobody said school is the key. And that is where most of you got it wrong. And while you were going through school, you did not allow school to go through you. So you were basically focused on academic performance. And this is where it gets worse. After graduation, you now come to the realization that this was a complete waste of time. And in an attempt to regain your wasted years, you now skip building formidable relationships, you skip learning vital skills that are effective in the marketplace, and you jump to making money. But it doesn't work like that because life would always hold you by the hand and walk you back. And for some of you, you have strategic relationships, but you do not have a skill. For some of you, you have a skill